LTA, guys.
Hey guys, Brett Cesari here with Local Tampa Artist. I'm in the studio with Andrew Polo and Jeffrey Rodriguez, aka Sad Service. How you guys doing?
We are
Very nice.
I'm really glad that you guys came in.
It's so nice.
To quench our thirst, we're drinking some delicious cold brews from the Haus Coffee Shop located in Largo, now opening up a second location in Indian Rocks. Is there a specific reason you guys picked this place, or just somewhere local you guys like?
It's a place I've been going to for a while. I've been performing music at local nursing homes and assisted living facilities. It's like a way of giving back, and sometimes I would get in the neighborhood a little early and found a coffee shop, and it just became like a monthly tradition. Every time we're in town, got to go there.
Viewers, you may recognize Andrew. He's also known as the Weird Violin Guy. He plays in local breweries, restaurants, and shops all across the Bay Area. And you might recognize Jeffrey.
I'm Mr. Clean.
He, also known as Batman.
What?
He's a local music producer. He's also an engineer, and he's also in the band The Real Clash.
Yeah.
So you guys then partnered together to make Sad Service. How did that happen?
Well, it's actually kind of ironic you bring that up because Sad Service was way after I joined TRC, because this guy was the reason that I actually joined TRC. Like, he was the one, the guy that is the head leader of TRC, his name is Jay Wilson. He contacted him asking him for a guitarist, and we had just met each other at like a Chinese restaurant, where like I sat down with his dad and we talked about a whole bunch of music, and like 2 or 3 weeks later, he tells me about Jay looking for a guitarist. I was astounded by the sound of the band. I decided to go audition, and I got the part.
Nice.
So I was like the lead guitarist, and then we've been friends for ever since then. It's been what, like 6-7 years at least, around there.
And we only started making music this week.
We've actually been like holding off on a lot of the stuff that we made, and then just like recently we decided like, hey, what are we doing? Why are we just not releasing all this amazing music we've been making just for fun, honestly?
Yeah.
And so like that's what just really inspired us to do Sad Service. So that's how Sad Service kind of came in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. You
It's
said
wild.
that you met him at a Chinese restaurant. Were you and your dad performing?
No.
Not at the Chinese restaurant. We probably just got off a gig.
Yeah.
And then, there's a Chinese restaurant in our neighborhood, like right around the corner, that's open till like midnight. So that's something that we just do. And like, okay, well, nothing else is open. Let's go eat Chinese.
And then ran into this guy?
Ran into him.
Through a friend, through another friend.
Through a friend. And we hit it off. He would not shut up about Frank Zappa.
I was gonna bring it up, and I was gonna wait till you brought it up because I didn't want to say it. I knew you were gonna say it a little bit more authentically.
Then you guys start releasing singles. You're starting the year pretty strong. My Life Was First being released on May 8th on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music. I love that song. It's super trippy.
Thanks.
And that's exactly what I said.
It's so good for chilling.
I had pointed out to Andrew, there's a part in the song where he grabs the master tune on the synthesizer and he brings it down a little bit. Then he brings it back up just a notch, and then it starts doing the ping pong stereo.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had donned the name. That's the acid breakdown, the acid meltdown.
Yeah.
Like if
I
anybody
like
was tripping or something like that, it was like the meltdown, like the peak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. That was like that was spot on. Like we were talking about that like multiple times.
I'm glad that you referenced the type of stereo, because your guys' music is really important when it comes to the type of sound system that you're listening to come from, because you guys like to do things like throw out the speakers on both sides of them.
Yes.
And so if you're listening to their music, definitely listen to it on a speaker that has two sides.
Listen with headphones.
Yeah.
Headphones is the best way.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then if you have a strong bass too in some of the songs, you guys.
Yeah. We use
good.
a lot of 808s. We're a very big fan of drum machines.
Nice.
Like we absolutely love them.
So let's actually cue to that song, Jared. Can you play that for us?
Lies, what the future holds, does it hold true?
true that song was written overnight?
Yes, I did it in one take at like 3 in the morning.
If you're up at 3 a.m. and you're releasing your first single,
I'm up notoriously late at night most nights, and also most musicians, including myself, sometimes have this thing called depression, and that's something that I was dealing with at the time, and I told myself, okay, I've got like a little bedroom studio here. I can't remember the last time I even turned on the computer, and how am I going to get myself out of this funk and actually do something? And I just kicked my ass and said, you know what, I got to do it. So it was 3 in the morning. I said, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to bed. Turned the computer on, started making weird sounds, and then came up with something.
Awesome.
And a lot of what Jeff said about like the acid meltdown, that was actually like an oh shit mistake. I was like, because it was all in one take. I was like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
Just had to turn it back.
He turned the wrong knob.
Yeah.
In that late night hysteria, you were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah. Well,
That's
actually,
awesome.
I was the one that's like, wait. I was like, I think we need that, and we grown to love it. There's actually a lot of things that we did wrong that we ended up liking, which is kind of ironic. So
I think that's an important quality in music, though, is that, I mean, especially now when everything has to be oh so perfect, that little human element,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Then you release Waiting for the Summer the following June, which is awesome. That's like a hit song. It's super catchy. I really like the You Fill My Life with Color. Like that part.
Yeah.
It has a tons of sound. You guys throw in a bass in that song, like you were saying earlier. Then it has like a Daft Punk vibe, and then you throw in some electric violin.
Yep.
What about that song do you think stands out to new listeners?
And now I don't see a thing. Now I don't see a thing. Waiting for the summer, waiting for the summer, waiting for the summer with you. Waiting for the summer, waiting for the summer, waiting for the summer.
To new listeners, they're going to notice that it is very reminiscent of, like you said, Daft Punk, something that you would hear in the late 90s, early 2000s. If you were listening to house music back then, you're definitely going to get some strong vibes from that era of electronic music.
Absolutely.
It's not going to sound like something that came out today, this year.
Yeah.
I'm a really big house fan. I love hip hop. I love house music. We grew up listening to like EDM and house and hip hop, and we really fell in love with the production behind everything. You know what I mean? Like
Awesome.
the actual technicality of like pressing something and watching it like make a sound.
Yeah.
Was
You guys
amazing.
can hear it. There's so many sounds that are going on in the background, and that's why another reason why I want you guys to get good speakers when you're listening to these guys' music, because like it's awesome.
Yeah, it's very intense actually.
Yeah.
We do like a lot of intense stuff with that music, man.
It's cool.
Yeah, and it's not even the most intense stuff. We're actually kind of scared to release too much of our own stuff.
Oh, geez. Some of our stuff is like, wow, this is great. Let's not put this out.
What?
Yeah.
No, give it to us. Give it to us.
You have
We
no
want to
idea.
hear it.
I grew up in a jazz background.
Yeah.
And my father was a jazz musician, and I incorporate a lot of that into what I do now. But when people ask, okay, if you were to make a band, what kind of genre would you want it to be? And that was like such a hard question for us to answer because we love music.
We don't want to answer that question.
We don't. Like, okay, if we say that we're a metal band, are we going to be stuck making metal music for the rest of our life in this band? I think like the nightmare is if you actually do make it big and then you are stuck doing metal.
Oh
the rest
yeah,
of your
because your
life.
fans won't accept you if you try to change anything.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, we put a lot of thought into that, and that's even like a part of our press kit too, is that we appeal to a demographic of college kids, because I feel like college kids have to deal with that stress every day.
Yeah.
What do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to do when you graduate? What do you want to do for the rest of your life? And I really don't think anyone has that answer.
My Life is a good song to put in the background if you're sitting there contemplating that stuff at home. Absolutely.
It's a rainbow of colors, man.
Yeah. I'm fucking wired from this coffee, by the way.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you
drink
sure
coffee
that's
and I'm
the only
like,
thing that's in it, man? Because I'm feeling fucking great right now. Man.
Yeah. I don't drink coffee that much. So I'm
Me
like,
neither.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm wired.
Yeah.
Coffee?
Yeah,
Beer.
we start like ripping these up.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, why is it bent so much? You know what I mean?
Then you released the Ukulele Song in August. That song showed kind of like a different side of you guys. It was like a little bit more experimental, like with ukulele, it was softer. What made you want to go that direction after Waiting for the Summer?
We were heavily inspired by the lo-fi hip-hop channel on YouTube. If you guys ever listen to that.
The beats you study to.
Yeah. that girl is just like constantly studying. And,
Yeah.
we found that a couple years ago and we were just like, what is this? This is amazing. And like I told you, I came from a jazz background. A lot of those songs sampled old jazz songs, and I recognized it. So when you hear that song and you know where it's coming from, and you heard it repurposed as like a hip hop song, that was like really special to me. And at the time, I just got a ukulele. I owned a musical instrument shop, and I would sit in the store with a ukulele that we had just gotten in. So you know what? I've got nothing better to do. Let me just sit here and learn it. And I learned like 3 songs the first day, and then I just started coming up with chords and came up with that song. So it's like, it's the ukulele song because I have no other ukulele songs.
And he sat on it for like 2 years.
Mm.
He didn't even show me the sample until we made the song. Like, he was just like, hey, I have this. I'm like, what? How long have you had this, man?
Worth treasuring, because that's a good song.
Well, you have no idea how many things we've recorded. We have forgot half of our songs that we made.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys have a platform now to like get that out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I would say that we have a couple hundred songs like sitting in a drawer collecting dust. Like, we'll have a hard drive filled with projects on our computer, and every once in a while we'll just go through them and we're like, what's this? And we just open it up and we have no idea what we're listening to, but at some point in our life we made this, and we're like, okay, this is a great idea, let's actually work on this, or this one is trash, burn it with fire.
So let's play that song too, Jared.
Come on.
Yeah,
Why you taking so long, man?
Through all this time we spent together, I still cannot make up my mind on whether I should or shouldn't. You know I always couldn't, but you didn't care.
So you've been releasing single after single. What should we expect now?
More singles.
More singles? I know you guys just released stuff, so it's selfish of me to ask that, but when can we expect it?
Very soon. So we're kind of on a cycle of trying to push out a single every month, and there's actually a legitimate reason why we're doing that.
I'm looking forward to you guys releasing more stuff, and hopefully get you guys back on here just to talk about it maybe 6 months from now.
Yeah, or earlier. I mean,
Or
it's up to
earlier,
you,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Just depends on how much you want to see this.
Well, you guys are cool, so.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, we won't put that part in the show.
Okay.
But what local venues do you guys like?
Personally, my go-to venue is the Verona in Newport Richey.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend Evan owns it, and he is kind of a cornerstone in the local music scene for Pasco County.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's like when you say, hey, let's go to the bar, for us, the bar is the Verona.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you do every other weekend in Hernando County.
Yes.
You guys also try to take part in live streams. Do you have anything scheduled coming up? I know it's kind of hard in the pandemic, but
It
I thought
is.
I'd ask.
It is. Every Thursday, I'm performing in Hudson at a place called Gamers Guild Cafe. I'm a huge nerd. I love
And you've been doing
games,
live
video
streams there,
games.
too.
Been doing live streams there.
If you didn't know already, he's a huge nerd.
Yes.
We all are here, so you're
Yeah.
accepted.
It is a Magic the Gathering shop,
Nice.
cafe, restaurant, bar, full liquor menu. So I'm doing that every Thursday night, and you can catch my live streams on my page, violinist Andrew Michael Polo. And yeah.
Would you guys be up for coming out to some festivals?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
I've actually played at a good amount of festivals already as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down for that.
Absolutely. That'd be
It's
awesome.
always a good time.
Yeah.
Always.
Cool. Where can viewers find you and listen to your music?
We
In the
mu-
sewers of
We have
Pasco
music?
County.
What?
in the sewers of Pasco County. Well, I don't know how many fans you're gonna find there.
You would be surprised. You can find Sad Service on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you want to listen to us, we have music out anywhere you listen to music. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, iTunes.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Local Tampa Artist. Thank you, Sad Service, for coming out and joining us.
Thank you guys. Seriously, this has been an awesome experience. I hope that you guys continue to do this for the foreseeable future, and I hope it just turns out great for you. This has been awesome.
And I really hope I don't go Britney.
Thank you guys again for tuning in. Thank you guys again for joining us. I thank you, Haus Coffee Shop, for letting us drink your cold brews. And we'll catch you guys next time. Local Tampa Artist. Ooh!
You left me in euphoria. It's been some time since I talked to you.